Chapter 14. This is the thanks I get. With Magnificent gone, Chomper scaled the Rocky Mountain formation to enter Magnificent's private area. There, Chomper took a deep breath and sniffed around, going into the cave slowly. It was dark and Chomper was a bit scared to go any further, but what compelled him to go deeper was the fact he could smell the scent of another. In he went, feeling the rock along his hand, the dampness of the stone against his feet. "Is anyone here?" Chomper gasped when he saw a circular center, seeing light seep in from a few gaps between the rock. Glancing around, he found a nest, seeing a few greens piled up. If Chomper didn't know any better, he'd assume someone was living there. "Son?" came the voice of an elderly male. "Son?" Chomper looked around as though someone else was there, which was impossible since he entered the cave alone. Into the light came an older fast runner, who looked older than even Ruby's parents. He slowly walked closer to Chomper, reaching out to him. "I'm so happy you finally came back to us." Me? The older male rushed and hugged Chomper tightly, weeping softly. "Oh, Ricky, I'm so happy you've come back. I've missed you so much." Yeah, I'm back from wherever it is I went." "The female, did you manage to save her?" "Father, I'm curious. Why are you here instead of out in the sanctuary?" The older male rubbed his chin. "Well, Nikki said I need to be kept here for my safety, but you're here now to step up and take over as the rightful heir to the sanctuary." "Nikki? You mean Magnificent?" "No, I'm Magnificent. Nikki, your younger brother has been running the sanctuary in your absence." Chomper heard cheering, knowing that Magnificent was coming back, and he needed to leave. "Right, well, Dad, it's been nice talking, but I gotta go." Chomper went to leave, only to feel a hand tug at him. "Huh?" "I'm coming with you, son, please. I hate being cooped up here all alone." With a sigh, Chomper patted the real Magnificent's arm. "Okay, keep low and stay quiet. I don't want Nikki to know I'm back. At least, not yet." Magnificent nodded and kept close to Chomper, the pair moving quickly to the outside. There, Chomper saw Nikki addressing the herd, glad all were unaware of them. Chomper didn't see Ruby, figuring she was below with the rest of the group. Down he went, Chomper doing his best to keep out of sight. Moving quickly, he wasted no time to try and get to his and Ruby's nesting area, which was secluded from the tall rock Nikki stood on. There, he sat and was unable to even hear what Magnificent was saying, which in the moment might have been for the best. Nikki bowed and waved at his herd. "Members of Sanctuary, today was a glorious step in my conquest to purge the land of evil. I encountered the traitor to Leaf Eaters and spreader of lies, Ruby." There was a gasp, some murmuring quietly. "But fear not, for I defeated her. She was deserving of a death, for she chose to be the mate to a cowardly alpha Sharptooth known as Chomper." Nikki shouted as none spoke a sound, taking in each word he spoke. "I would like Rodney to step forward to let himself be known." There was silence as several looked around for Chomper. "Rodney, where is he?" With a bit of worry, Nikki got a bad feeling. "Find him! Find Rodney and bring him to me! Whomever does this will be allowed to join me on the next patrol!" Several cheered and some went to work, looking for Rodney. After the speech, Magnificent headed for the cave, seeing his several mates. "Dear, what is the matter?" one asked. "Nothing, leave me be," he snapped, pushing by them. The three passed worried glances and did as he said, leaving him alone. Nikki rushed toward the entrance of the cave, entering and looking around with worry. There was no sign of his father, Nikki searching all over the cave for him. He called, listening and getting no response. Nikki knew his father wouldn't just wander off. Something or someone must have led him away. If the herd of Sanctuary figured out he wasn't magnificent, his entire ruse would be at risk. His power would be taken from him. And well, he wouldn't let that happen. Sir, what? Nikki yelled, spinning to find Glider. Rodney is nowhere to be found. He's gone, she said with worry, lowering her gaze to the cave floor. Sir, are you okay? Fine, but keep a sharp eye out. While Rodney is a buffoon, he may be smarter than he let on. For a moment he stood, waving for her to leave. Alone, he paced and took a deep breath, knowing Rodney was behind his father's disappearance, that all was dangling by a thread. Darn them, both! At least Ruby was dead. All he had to do was take care of Rodney. Though who was this Rodney fella? It didn't matter. All that mattered was his herd stood behind him and followed him without question. I can't help it. Lying was too easy. I couldn't pass it up. Yeah, I've earned the right to rule. Peep the name, I'm magnificent. I put the on omnipotent. I'm passionate, I'm not petulant. Someone praise me for my benevolence. Just look. I give the nest out from Bonito. If you really needed that, I'd be the first one to volunteer. Henry, after a mountain crumbles, to remove the rubble, I handle all the sharp teeth so you don't have to fret. I clean up all the messes, and I'm always there when you need to vent. I give and give and give and give. You'd think they'd all be content. And all I really want is just a little respect. And this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get. And this is the thanks I get. And this is the thanks I get. Ah, that's the least you could say. There's more, admit it. You're cute and strong and bold and brave. Thanks, see this place, I built it up, and still you complain ungrateful much. Are you sure that you're not the prob? I'd love to see you try and do my job. Ho-ho! I killed 14 packs of sharp teeth. Come on, that's a high percent. And now you're questioning your hero. The disrespect I just underwent. You know I've always got your back. Yeah, really though, it's no sweat. Since our first encounter till now. And this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get. And this is the thanks I get. And this is the thanks I get. I didn't want to do this. I swore I'd never do this, but I'm hypnotized by the darkest I grip because I refuse to have my power stripped. Death by drowning, a broken neck, anything to make them loyal again. Following Sharptooth's footstep bothers me, but one does what one must. Where was I? Oh yeah, there's a traitor in Sanctuary, and still I remain unbent. Come out now, explain yourself. I'm sure it's all just an accident. Whoever spots Rodney first, they'll be greatly rewarded. Honestly, keeping you all safe, that's worth every bit. And this is the thanks I get. This is the thanks I get. And this is the thanks I get. And this is the thanks I get.